with my friends, and we play pretend at what life is like when we turn out fine. Don't understand, it's in the palm of my hands. When will we realize that we'll turn out fine?
Ladies and gentlemen, Johnny Samp and Cory Sparks here for another fun week of Across Enemy Lines. Of course, I'm Johnny Samp, a big Packers fan. You can see Aaron Rodgers right behind me, and on the other side over here. Oh, wrong way. This way. That's Mr. Cory Sparks. And Cory, how are we doing this week? How are we hanging in there?
Not hanging in there too well after that loss to the Giants, Johnny, but we'll go over all that. Overall, I'm good. Just getting over
Oh
a bit
yeah,
of a
we
cold,
got plenty of time for
we
that.
got plenty of time to talk about that. Yeah.
Oh, goodness gracious. But first off, we want to thank everybody for tuning in and watching our videos. We want to say that we are really satisfied with, the amount of viewers we're getting, and we hope to continue to grow that brand. And we love to see your comments on our posts and that sort of thing so we can keep it in the show. And we also recommend for people just joining us this week to like and subscribe and leave a comment if you'd like to. We're always willing to hear from new fans and new people. Cory and I mean, we're still looking for that Lions fan.
Gosh, man. It's going to get harder and harder. They keep blowing games.
It's going to get, with how they're playing, they're going to go back in hiding. So we're still looking for that Lions fan another week. And we're in the week 5 of the NFL, which means, week 4 happened, and we got all these new topics coming up and suggestions for everybody else. But let's start with week 4 recap. My Packers snuck out a one at Lambeau Field, winning 27-24. Not a good showing by the Packers, and that's to say the very least. I'm the Packer fan here, and Cory Sparks probably agrees with me. I was not thrilled with that offense. I was not excited how we played against Bill Belichick and a third-string quarterback in Zappy. Not to say that Belichick didn't draw some things up that I think were changed the game a little bit. But I think we could have done a lot better. I just haven't seen that spark yet. I think it's a little bit of maneuvering around of, the wide receivers, quarterback trying to get figured out. Rodgers explained it in the locker room. He said, they're still learning. They're still learning these things. But as a fan, I would like them to get to that point by week 5. I'd like them to get to know the routes, get more solid in them, and make sure you're connecting with your quarterback. It could lead to a Bears-like season where nothing happens in the wide receiver department. There we go, Sparks. Let's heat it up.
2 minutes in. Let's heat it up. Yeah, I agree. Let's give some credit to the defense, too, for the Patriots. Jack Jones had a forced fumble recovery, and then he had a pick 6, too. So the rookie really showed up. And Bailey Zappi held it down. It's kind of weird when you get down to your third-string quarterback and you're not out of the game. Typically, he comes in when the team is up or down 40. So, yeah, I mean, Belichick's kind of that genius, right? You put that hoodie on to be like, oh, let's see what he's doing this week. But he did, he put on a show. They stuck to the run game. Damian Harris had a great day. Packers offense, as we talked about for the first few weeks, they're just stalling. And I think part of that is that young wide receiving core. You're seeing bright spots. You're seeing Allen Lazard when he's healthy do great things. You're seeing Romeo Doubs be that go up and get it wide receiver you need him to be. So I think you've got good things going on, but you've also got the downside of that offense just stalling in games where you can't afford to lose. And Rodgers said it before and after the game. We could not afford to lose that, and they didn't. So they got out alive, but it was close.
We maneuvered it fine. We always do. But that one was definitely a nail biter. I had a couple Patriots fans at work.
Yep.
I kept hearing Brian Hoyer, the Packer Destroyer.
Oh, gosh.
And so I work right by Lambeau, and then you got the Patriots fans outside, kind of talking. Didn't really appreciate it, but do love my coworkers who are Patriots fans, not to take anything away from them. But the run D on the Packers looked terrible. Didn't seem like they could stop much. The defense overall looked fine. But the run D seemed to have troubles, and that was a little bit concerning because we had been working on that with Kenny Clark up the middle. And, just trying to stop that run. And I think the Packers need to work on that a little bit more. But as I will mention again, I'll go for another roast. And the Bears had a worse week in the run defenses than the Packers. So there we go, Sparks. Let's heat it up.
Saquon ran all over the Bears, and I guess we can go to that next. Bears lose to the Giants.
Might as well transition.
Yeah. Bears lose to the Giants 20-12. Run defense of the Bears was abysmal, as you said. Saquon Barkley is the number 1 running back in multiple categories, including total yards. He's well over 400 now, so They just couldn't stop anything up the middle. They would try and stretch it out to the side. And as we talked about before we turned the mics on, Johnny, bootleg, bootleg, bootleg. I mean, we were so fooled by
Bootleg,
Barkley that
the
any fake
Jay-Z
handoff
song.
just hurt it. Yeah, right.
Oh,
Did
the Heisman.
I'll let you have it.
No.
No, I'm just kidding.
I voted for the Bears one week.
You did. You did.
And I said, you know what? The Bears got it this week. It's gonna be their week. And they just
bared it up. And I can't say I saw Daniel Jones running it in for 2 touchdowns. I mean, that was something I did not foresee. I'm pretty pessimistic, but I can't say I was thinking, yeah, Daniel Jones is going to run all over us too. He had a few nice runs. So just the bootleg hurt us. Khalil Herbert looked good. That was about the only thing I have to say about that. Justin Herbert had one nice bomb to or Justin Herbert.
It was
Wow.
like a regular Bears game.
Justin Fields, sorry. Yeah, he had one nice bomb to Darnell Mooney at the beginning for 56 yards, and other than that, it's just nothing could get going. So, yeah, the offense is very, 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 very tough to watch, but yeah, is what it is.
Another day as a Bears fan.
Goodness, yeah.
Another day.
It's just my life. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Sparks. I know it's hard.
Oh, thank you. You're
Little sympathy.
Thank you. Yeah, a little pat on the back over a virtual screen.
I'll pat on the back. But the big news this week, we'll talk about it, Sparks. We're going to bring it up. Is the Packers have tied the Bears historically in wins. That's 785.
Yeah.
What does that mean for you?
The Bears have played a year, so it's been since 1920 that the Bears started playing, and then the Packers were 1921. So, I mean, those early days, the Bears were dominant, other than when the Packers won Super Bowl 1 and 2, which is a couple decades after 1920s, obviously. Yeah, that means a lot, but also I'm waiting for
Let's not forget 13-time world champions.
Yeah, I will say, right? I'm gonna say that it doesn't mean too much because I feel like in a couple years, once A-Rod is gone, the Bears can just pass them back up. So
Oh, you would love
it's
to
gonna
think
sting.
that, wouldn't
It's
you?
not out of reach, right? They haven't even passed us yet. I'm surprised we've made it to week 5. I thought this was gonna happen in week 2, and luckily it didn't. But
Oh, wow.
I'm happy. We made it this far, guys. We made it to October. That's the spin
Yeah.
I'm gonna put on it. I gotta make it
Okay.
positive somehow.
Yeah, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to even say the Bears are going to catch back up.
No. Okay.
I
Jordan Love?
think they're looking for a new quarterback as well.
Probably.
Probably. In a couple of years. Justin Fields, Sparks loved him when he first came there, and now he's starting to even fade a little bit on him. I don't know what we're gonna say in a couple of years, but even if A-Rod leaves, like I said, Packers gonna find another Hall of Famer.
That a Hall of Famer. You guys should be hoping you just find somebody competent. A Hall of Famer. You caught lightning in a bottle. It's a flash in a pan. I mean, you're not
You
going
don't
to get
catch
a
it
third
twice.
one.
You don't catch it twice.
Exactly. You're not going to catch it a third time now either. So
I might as well.
no, absolutely not. We'll see. But maybe the Bears get a Hall of Famer. Maybe we get one, Johnny. After all this misery, Jay Cutler's our best statistical quarterback in franchise history. That's not a good
Yeah.
look. You sent me the one
he-
thing. Tom Brady's got better stats since
More
he's 40. Yeah,
Yep. And then
more passing yards since he's
sent
40.
you
Since Kenny
that.
Barry.
Have a couple other things loaded up in the old rifle too for today.
Great.
But gotta attack the Bears when you can, as we all know. Taking a look at this week, though, in case ladies and gentlemen did not know, it is Fat Bear Week at Katmai National Park in Alaska, and I mean Fat Bear Week. They
You
take
could explain this, yeah.
bears. They have like a March Madness bracket, and you got to check this out. This is the funniest thing I saw all week, and so they have this March Madness bracket with all these different bears, like real bears, brown bears, and they show their starting weight when they all captured them like near the same time before they started going into pre-hibernation feeding, and then they post live pictures when they see them of when they're hibernating to see how much weight, and people vote on which bear they think gain more weight, and the one who they believe gained the most weight wins the bracket. I think it's the greatest thing. It's a great non-sport bracket tournament. I think it'd be a good one to put money down, and I would go with I would go with like Peanut. I would go with Peanut the bear.
Peanuts
Probably gonna. I don't know. Peanut. They do have full bios though of when they think they were born, like how old they are, and you got to check it out. It's all you got to do is search Fat Bear Week because that's this week, and it runs through, I believe, actually the 12th. So it started yesterday. They had like round one of head-to-head competition on what bears they think would gain the most or people voted was fatter.
Happy Fat Bear
And
Week, everybody. Happy Fat Bear Week.
happy Fat Bear Week. Like that's what we need to take away from this. Not about the NFL this week. It's about Fat Bear Week. That's what we're gonna go with. So if you haven't checked it out, make sure you do. But it's just one of those fun things you find on the internet. And you don't have to go down a Reddit wormhole to find it.
Right? Yeah. Oh, you could find some interesting stuff there. Is it so it's pounds that they gain? It's not like percentage. Like if one starts at 3 and one's
It's
4.
not. So they can't, obviously weigh them.
Right.
They're wild bears, but they
Come onto your scale. It's Fat Bear
Yes.
Week. You know the routine.
It's
Come over here,
instead of the
Yogi.
biggest loser, it's the biggest gainer.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
But yeah, they have, so they know it's on different markings on them, on the bears, which bear is which, who.
Okay.
And so they
So weird.
people vote on what bear gained the most weight because they have a slide image where you can see them at the beginning of the before pre-hibernation cycle and then where they're at right now. It's the funniest thing.
I like it. I
Bear-
think it's interesting.
They're absolutely chalk. And they just feed up and people vote on them, and you never know what bear is going to win. That's the beauty of
The
it.
biggest winner, Fat Bear Week.
At Bear Week,
We're doing their
ladies and
promoting
gentlemen.
for him right now.
So hopefully Katmai National Park gives us a listen and gives us a shout out because we love Fat Bear Week, and I'm all for it.
Yep.
I
I'm all
think
for it
it's-
too. We'll reach out
I
and
think
see
it's
if they
one
see
of the
us.
greatest things. But Fat Bear Week, ladies and gentlemen, make sure to check it out. There you go, Sparks. So let's look. What games impressed you from week 4? Let's talk about that a little bit.
What games from week 4? The Eagles stood their ground rather convincingly. I was concerned about the Jacksonville Jaguars after what they did to the Chargers the week prior. So the Eagles becoming the only undefeated team after 4 weeks. They don't have a very easy schedule, they don't have a very hard schedule, but you beat who's in front of you, and they beat a decent Jacksonville Jaguars team convincingly. So the team that impressed me the most, I would say, is actually the Eagles right from the jump. They took a hold of the game. They never really showed any signs of giving it away. Despite the fact that James Robinson has been having good weeks and Trevor Lawrence is having a nice start to his sophomore campaign, the Eagles were just firing on all cylinders, and they're 4-0, and they're 4-0 for a reason. So
I gotta ask, do you think starting off undefeated and carrying on potentially, undefeated record? I'm totally against. I like to get the losses out of the way.
Mhm.
I think sometimes it can get held over as a burden. If you remember the Patriots back in the day when they had that undefeated record,
yeah,
Randy Moss, I felt like a lot of the conversation was turned around if they could be the next Dolphins team, and I almost think it's a bad thing.
Momentum wise, right? So they can only go down from here. You're undefeated
Yep,
for
that's
look
what I mean.
what happened to the Cardinals, right? What were they, 6-0, 7-0, and then they lost to the Packers
Oh, let's
last
talk
year.
about the Mets.
Or the Mets, yeah.
The Mets.
Mm.
How did they blow that?
Yeah, that was bad. That was
They had it.
They had the
had
East
it.
the entire year, and the Braves just grab it from them at the end. But I don't know. I can see what you're saying.
In
Yeah.
the last series.
They're still in, but you got to think momentum for them is killed.
It's a wild card though.
That is a wild card, so they could be out even sooner than they probably anticipated. But with the Eagles, I mean, I don't know. I think I'm really concerned about their schedule too. They do not have a hard schedule. The hardest games they are going to play are going to be against the Packers and the Cowboys, which they could lose those, absolutely. But they're not playing the Bucks. They're not playing the Chiefs. They're not playing any of the teams that appeared in the NFC or AFC Championship last year. And they did get tested against the Jags from the beginning. They were down 14-0, but then they scored 20 of their own and then kind of just took a hold from there. I would be more concerned about their easy schedule, Johnny, than I would be their... They go 17-0, they go 17-0, but it's going to be a long hike. I don't think their schedule is preparing them at all for the playoffs. I mean, this is looking months down the road, but that concerns me too.
Yeah, I gotta say I agree with that. Yes, they don't have the toughest schedule, but they do have Green Bay. So Green Bay, I think, will show them a little bit of playoff football by that time. Um, again, we'll have to see where they're at record wise,
Mhm.
but um, they do look sharp. Those fly Eagles fly or die Eagles die, whatever you want to think.
Jalen Hurts, possible MVP candidate. I mean, I know we're only a month in, but he's looked super
Oh,
solid.
I remember back in school when Lamar Jackson was red hot. Chandler Brindley interviewed me for a radio production thing, and he said, "Who do you think is going to be the NFL MVP?" And he said, the top picks were at the time Lamar, Mahomes, and I went right there. That guy's going to win it. And sure enough,
Yeah, he did.
came up, showed him who's right. Number 12,
Back to
wearing the
backs.
green and gold. But the team that impressed me this week was actually the Chiefs taking on the
Yeah,
Bucks.
that was good.
That was the stomping.
He tore up that secondary. I mean, it didn't look like a top 10 secondary in the Bucks, which it has been all year, but Mahomes is just different. Whoever you put in front of him, he's still got Kelsey. He's using a lot of those different pieces, and it's working. So,
I used Valdez Scantling. Nice to see him show
yeah,
up.
MVS showed up. Clyde Edwards-Helaire had a really nice game on the ground. I mean, the Chiefs offense
He was
just
on a
looked
different team
unstoppable.
before, so in case you didn't know.
Yeah,
it
I wonder
didn't
where.
Really... Oh, I don't know. Perhaps somewhere else. I don't know.
Yeah, somewhere long, far away with a back-to-back MVP, trying to get a third one. We'll see.
Oh, we're trying to get something else. We're trying to bring Lombardi back home.
That's going to be an uphill climb, but
Well,
yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
got a step and a half on the Bears.
Just you could miss the playoffs and it'd be like, well, at least we didn't win 5 games this year. So, yep, that's valid.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about week 5. We'll start with Cory. We'll go with you and the Bears. You got a tough one this week.
Yeah, I don't like this matchup. They haven't had a horrible pass defense, but I mean, you look at the Packers, right, with Jair Alexander, with Eric Stokes, with plenty of studs on the other side, and then you look at what Justin Jefferson did to them. Very, very worried that he is going to go off for maybe not a career day, but pretty close to it. The run game's been abysmal, so happy Delvin Cook week. He'll do amazing. I just don't think this offense on the Bears is going to be able to put up more than 20, 25-ish points, and the Vikings could easily put up 30, 40. I mean, they're just going to be pedal to the metal, so I don't like it. I don't like the matchup at all. There's not much of a gap between these two teams, but the way they match up is not good at all for the Bears. I mean, you've got a fiery, hot offense that can beat some teams in a shootout, and I think
Let's
they'll
just
easily
explain
do
who
that.
they're playing first.
Vikings.
They're playing the Vikings.
Yeah, they are playing the Vikings, so
And
I don't like it.
Cowboys of the North.
Cowboys of the North. I'm sure you. Who would you want to win this game? Who do you hate more?
Bears.
You would want the Bears. Okay.
Yep. Easily. I don't mind the Bears. Bears are like,
Here we go.
like I said, little brother that you play tackle football with in the backyard that you just push down.
Here we go.
The ball's as big as his head.
Oh my gosh. There you go.
He goes running around and he's trying his best, but big brother just stops him.
Mm-hmm.
Says, no, not today.
I'm thinking of like a
What?
Charlie Brown scene. I don't know why.
That's what it's kind of like when what's her face pulls the football from Charlie.
Oh, yeah. Right before he kicks
What's her
it.
name?
I don't know. Oh, say it in the comments if you know it. Me and Johnny will look it up eventually. I don't
God,
know
we
it.
are uncultured.
Oh, I don't know it. Ooh. Yeah. Someone's going to know it.
Lane?
Hmm?
Lise? I don't know what her name is.
I don't know either.
I can't think of off the top of my head. My goodness, am I getting old?
Getting
But
old.
let's look at. Oh, we are old.
Yeah.
The Packers go to London, and they take on the Giants that just beat the Bears. Packers. Oh, we forgot to do a score prediction for. I forgot to do a score prediction for the
Getting ahead of
Vikings
ourselves.
Bears.
Yeah. You want to go first or me?
You can take it first. Your team.
We'll go 34-23 Vikings. Defense has some holes in it on the Vikings, but the Bears have way more holes on their defense. So, yeah, 34-23.
All right, I'll go. Mm, feeling nice today. Am I not feeling nice today? I'll go 27 Vikings and Bears. I will go 13.
13. Okay, I was waiting for like 6. I'm like, oh, here it comes.
Oh,
That
again
would be a very
13.
Bears thing if they score 6 this Sunday. I don't know what
I
I'll
was
do.
gonna go 3.
3. You added a 1 in front of it. Okay, well, we'll see how these age.
Oh,
But
I did. I
Vikings,
went. Well,
Vikings.
gotta be. I said I was gonna be nice.
There we go.
Possibly.
So off to London. All right.
Long flight there. I just tracked them
Hey,
because
where
of
are
my
they?
work. They're flying over Quebec right now.
Okay.
The Green Bay Packers. It's Thursday evening, but they are headed sky high over Quebec, and got we had a tracking. I'm part of the. I work for the local news. In case you didn't know, and we got sent that email of where we could track the Packers playing, heading across the sea. But like they take on the Giants, a good run team. Not real happy with the run defense from last week.
Yeah.
Gave up a lot of yards. Saquon's going to run the ball. He's going to get his touches, but we also know that team's one-dimensional. You don't have anything else going on. The only thing, like the Giants did with burning Bears last week, they're going to roll out over to their right and put him on the bootleg and then swing him inside because he scored 2 touchdowns that way, and it just the Bears cannot, or the Packers D cannot bite like the Bears did and give up that whole side, going after Saquon, and it's really Daniel Jones getting the ball. But I think the Packers win it. Just seems fitting. Instead of tea today, I'm drinking my Miller Lite.
That is
But
cool. As a sports fan in general, that is pretty cool. Like you've got the handle there, the cheese. You said it's made of the same material that they used for the big hats, right?
cheese heads, Corey,
Yeah.
get cultured. Get cultured.
Sorry, I'm not in Green Bay. I can't. I'm not that close. I'm
Oh,
just 45 minutes
wow.
away. Yeah.
Yeah. But yes, I got this again at Vintage or Wonderland Vintage Market in Howard, Wisconsin. One of some of the finest, sports antiques and so much more, or vintage, stuff. Let's say antiques, but definitely vintage stuff.
The same place as the cutout, right?
Yeah, same
Yep.
place as Mr. Rogers. Love that place. Love Sean. Like making deals with them. And bought myself a Larry Bird card today
There you go.
there, which is pretty cool. But yeah, for a score prediction, or I'll let you talk a little bit about the Packers, then we'll go to score prediction.
Yeah, you said it. One-dimensional team. You see a lot of mobile-ish quarterbacks run out of the read option. Their version of the read option is we're either going to dump it off to Barkley, or if we see teams biting up the middle, we'll roll Daniel Jones outside. And the Bears took about 3.5 quarters to understand that, so that's why they lost. I think the Packers will catch on a little quicker. They just have to make sure they seal the corner quickly enough, get through that offensive line, and I don't think Rodgers is going to have any trouble getting going with Dobbs, getting going with Lazard if he's healthy, Tunyon, the 2 running backs, the 2-headed monster, and Dillon and Jones. I think honestly, Packers put up 23, 26 points, they win the game. I don't think that the Giants are going to be able to score that many points. Both sides know what's going to happen. The Giants are going to run the ball a ton. That's all they can do. Jones isn't going to throw it down the field. So you said it, Johnny. I think it's just going to come down to who can show off both dimensions. The Packers are able to do it. The Giants aren't. So
Yeah, I think the Giants are, almost like hate to say it, but a glorified high school team.
they're 3 and
And
1
the fact
somehow.
that they just run the ball.
Yeah.
Saquon's got the most touches in the league. He just gets fed every snap. Score prediction for this one. I'm hoping for a big day out of this guy, but we'll have to see. Based on what the offense looked like last week, not very good. This is a totally different team, totally different defense and a culture. I'll have to say the Packers take the win. Obviously, can't bet against my own team. But Packers win this one. I'd like to stay in my 20s, but this time we're gonna go with 31. the Packers, and we're gonna hold them 10.
Okay. I'd say it's a little closer than that. I think when you're a run-heavy team, you hold the ball a little more. So I'll just go 30-17. Still 2 scores at least. Packers easily. So, yep. Green Bay.
Oh, go Pack, go! Am I right?
You're not gonna get me. I'm not gonna say that. Okay, I'll tell a quick story. Okay, you know the video of AJ Dillon plowing a mascot, and I worked for that team over the summer. I was emceeing, so getting the crowd hyped or whatever. It's a celebrity softball game. A bunch of Packer players from the '97 team, and from the current team because Jordan Love and AJ Dillon were there. And to hype them up, I had to start screaming "Go Pack, Go" on the mic to probably 2,000 people. There is
Bears
video out there.
fans.
You will have to
Bears
find
fans,
it. There's video
listen
out
in.
there. Yeah. If that video ever gets found, I will be disowned by the whole Bears community. But there's video out there of me yelling "Go Pack, Go" for about 30 seconds.
Wow.
Part of me died that day.
Let's talk about another little interesting tidbit. The Bears receiving core has 471 yards, and Tyreek Hill has 477 yards. Thoughts there, real quick on that fact?
What do you mean thoughts? It's horrible. I mean, that's so bad. There's still stats out there where certain guys in the league have more receptions than the Bears have completions. Most quarterbacks in the league have more completions than the Bears have attempts. We're a run-heavy team, and that's all we know how to do. That's all I have to say about that, Johnny. That's pretty embarrassing.
That was pretty quick.
Yeah, that's pretty embarrassing.
Pulling off a Band-Aid.
Yeah, that hurt.
Got to get rid of it.
There we go.
Here and taking a look at the week ahead. We take a look at some of the games you're looking forward to besides your own. And for me, the game I would probably be most looking forward to is that Dallas-Los Angeles game.
Okay.
That should be a pretty good one.
Dallas-Los Angeles, you got 3-1 against 2-2. Matt Stafford has yet to have a quality game. I mean, he's had some bright spots. I know there was like the elbow-ish injury. Mine, we'll go Chargers-Browns. I know it doesn't sound too exciting, but you've got two.
I looked at that one.
Yeah, 2-2 teams. I want to see if Herbert can keep firing on all cylinders. This is not the Texans he's playing against. Stepping it up against a tougher defense. See if Myles Garrett can get to him. I think it's a fun offense versus defense game for sure. So I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. Moving on real quick. We talked about Tom Brady. He's having a rough week.
Yeah, he is. You want to go into that?
Divorce lawyers hired.
Yeah, yikes.
Yikes, indeed. Giselle, right? That's how you pronounce it?
Yeah, I think so. Sorry if we're
not happy. Not happy.
Yeah.
And the whole Antonio Brown thing, that with him with the picture of her.
Yeah. Well, there were multiple things that went into it.
There's another thing.
No, we're not gonna. No, I'm not talking about that crap. But wasn't she mad that like he unretired too? Was that part of it or no?
That's why she was mad.
Right.
And that's because she wanted him to spend more time with the family, kids.
Yep.
That sort of thing. Not playing football on the weekends. But there are a lot of funny memes coming out with like the 90-year-old guy playing football. And Tom Brady running
with
around
the walker.
on the field.
Yep.
But yeah, Antonio Brown, on the other hand, he posted a picture with her, and a very uncomfortable looking picture. I don't know if she was, because it was when he was on the Bucs with Tom Brady.
Yeah.
And Tom let Antonio stay when he was first moving into the Tampa Bay area at his home, so it's a very uncomfortable situation. Antonio Brown just screwing up his life even more.
Yeah.
He has the pool video coming out with him butt-ass naked in the pool and just not acting. It's CTE. Is that CTE or what is that?
We'll find out. You can't do a biopsy. I mean, it's going to be in...
Yeah, I know. Yeah, obviously.
It looks like it. I don't know. We won't go too far into that. You guys can look that up yourselves. But it's got to be I don't know. Like
Marks doesn't want to go down the hole.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, no.
I don't know that much about it. Another thing was the Odell Beckham to Green Bay conversation is getting louder.
I've heard this before though. Right?
I know, but like I said, I don't care for him to be in Green Bay. I know a lot of people do. I do not. But kind of a little quick rundown. We got a couple other things. Paul Chryst was fired for the Badgers. Holy shnikes, but I thought it was a good move. You know why I thought it was a good move? Because that team is flat. They look flat. The whole fact of that team Badgers football program, you know, we sit and we bask in our tradition too much. They you know, cherish the days, you know, before where I mean, they won Rose Bowls, but they weren't winning national championships.
Right.
And they had the Barry Alvarez era, which, you know, he turned around the program. We sit there and I mean, the whole offense, like I've always said, is mundane.
Mm.
It's boring. You have so much talent on that team. Give me a bootleg offense. Make Graham Mertz move a little bit. Have him sit in the pocket a little bit. Yes, he hasn't thrown the best balls.
Yeah.
He's had turnovers, but I think part of it's because he hands the ball off so much.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he knows what throwing in a game speed's like. He throws a lot in practice, but he runs the ball, you know, probably at least 55% in the game.
Easily. Yeah. He just it's weird, right? Because you want to ask yourselves, we have a new interim coach right now. Who knows what we'll be doing next year, if we're going to stick with them or not. Can they really deviate far from what they have now? I mean, you have to recruit. You've got to go get 4- and 5-star guys at the wide receiver position. You've got a 5-star quarterback. That's what Graham Mertz was coming out of high school. But who's he going to throw to right now when you've got a guy like Braylon Allen back there just waiting to be fed 25 times a game? So I'm curious, Johnny, if they're really going to switch their approach throughout the rest of the season.
They got to change it up.
Try and throw it to these guys out there. I think bootleg is where you would start, or some RPOs, just some run pass options.
Got to open up the back.
Because I don't think they have a wide receiving core where you can really chuck it downfield. And now, guess what? Non-conference play is done. You're playing the Big Ten. You're not going against defenses where you can experiment. So I'm kind of curious to see if they try things. They're 2-3 now. I think the Illini loss was just the last straw.
Oh, it was the stake in the heart.
Yeah, but
that was against Bielema. So
it was. So we'll see. We'll see how much they deviate from it. First game with a new coach in quite some time. You said Barry Alvarez era. They kind of turned it around. You got to hope they at least get a winning season here, bowl appearance still, but they've got some work to do, some tough games ahead.
I think they just need to change around the whole offensive mindset in the Big Ten West. The Big Ten West, I mean, they haven't won anything.
No.
In a number of years. The East is great. I mean, look at Michigan. They're shaking some heads. Ohio State, you know, Michigan State with Cook when he was quarterback back in the day.
Yeah.
They were pretty good. And they had, you know, Le'Veon Bell or whatever, you know, and the Michigan State running backs.
Mm-hmm.
But they had a pretty good room. But the West has just been flat. It's been flat, and it's frankly it's boring.
It's Wisconsin, Iowa, and Minnesota, and I mean they're just not doing much. They all do the same thing.
They sound like the state's name. They all do the same thing: run the ball, 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 run the ball.
Get your big boys up front to push forward, get a 4-yard run, and celebrate, and do it again 30 times.
Yep, they're just pound it like a nail going into the hammer.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, get with the times, right? Maybe 10 years ago this is cool. This is not cool anymore, and now you're starting to see the repercussions of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it's an outdated system. And you know, I like Chris. Don't get me wrong, but I think he was not the guy. He's not the guy that's going to turn things around. He's going to follow the path that's already kind of paved. He was, you know, the coach at Pitt for a while, and he coached a couple other places, but you saw like Michigan sucked for a couple years, and they brought in Harbaugh. They still sucked for a little while, but now look at them. They got all-star quarterbacks.
Recruiting.
Yep. And that's what the Badgers need, is somebody that brings in recruiting, somebody that's aggressive, somebody that doesn't care about the old textbooks, throws out the tradition that we have, and says, you know what, we're going to play some football here. We're going to try to change things up and rattle some skulls. And that's what I think the Badgers need to do. And I think hopefully that's what they're doing with the program. We'll have to see.
Yeah.
But you know, you would hate to see them fire Chris and then do the same exact thing over again.
Because then you just ask yourself, what's the point? Why do that? Why not just stick through the rest of the season and then make the change, right?
Yep.
And Northwestern this week, so we'll see.
That'll be a tough one. Be a tough one.
It will be.
Those Northwestern Cats are tough. They're tough.
Yeah, they're having a good start to their season. Better than last year, where they went like it was 3-9. Don't quote me on that, folks, but yeah.
Back to the NFL real quick. We'll talk about the fan at the Rams game. He filed a lawsuit. He's not happy with Bobby Wagner.
He's
he
not
got
going to
lit
win
up.
that. I mean,
well, you never know. He had a gender reveal, Corey Sparks.
That's what that
gotta
was.
appreciate
I
the-
am so
yeah.
stupid. I'm like, what's with the
Yeah,
powder?
he's having a girl. They're having a girl.
What a way to do
And
it.
what a way to do it. Now he can say a great story to his daughter. He's not allowed at the stadium. He got lit up by Bobby Wagner, and then he filed a lawsuit in effort to, I don't know, save his dignity a little bit.
Maybe make some money for the new addition to the family. He's not going to win it, Johnny. You can't streak. He's getting a lifetime ban, and instead of a security guard tackling him, it just happened to be an all-pro linebacker who he ran right into. So, sorry, bud, you're not winning that. I mean,
The best are the streakers that dodge.
the ones that juke a
Oh,
little
when
bit.
you get the dodge
Little spin
on a
move.
cold day,
The high
on a
school
cold
star,
day.
a couple years out, the 23-year-old
Oh,
who was
those are the best.
who was an all-pro in high school. He's like, yeah, I still got my recess moves, right?
You know, it's called tag, baby. Don't get tagged.
Exactly.
When they had Bayern Munich and Manchester City here at Lambeau, we had two streakers that game. That was awesome.
Were they at
that
the
was
same
probably
time,
the best
or?
part of the game. Oh, there are different times
Okay.
during the game. One, the one was full on. He ran out into the
Full
middle and security chased him for a while, and then he finally got caught. Think about that. That's really something. The security guys, they're just wearing what they wear. They wear the jackets and the pants. They got to go out there and chase this guy that's butt naked, and God knows how sweaty he is. It could be like slippery like a fish.
Do you think they do drills now? I mean, look, it's a thing now. Streaking has been. It's not like, oh, this happens once in a while. If you work for a team, you're probably gonna see one or two in a year.
If I was gonna streak, I would lube myself up, make myself slippery.
Hard to tackle. Get the yards
That's
after
right.
yards after catch.
Finesse.
Or the yards after
Yep.
streak. The YAS.
Yeah.
Yards after streak, folks. That's a new metric.
And the problem is sometimes they get caught in try to run the whole field. You gotta zigzag, man.
Yeah.
You gotta zigzag.
Put some
gotta keep it
WD-40 on you
agile.
and just
I think I would want to put some cleats on
yeah.
so you get some traction. So you can cut on those guys, especially if it's like a wet day.
Yeah.
Like say like the Bears at Soldier Field when it was
The
pouring rain.
Basic monsoon. Yeah.
Yeah. And you could slip and slide those guys like Iverson crossing over, Tyrone Lue, and just
Step
do
right
the
over.
crossover, pull it back up, knock down the three, and give the fans something to watch.
That would be funny. So come prepared if you're gonna streak. Not that we're telling you to streak, but get yourself some WD-40 and put the
don't take it
cleats
from
on.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we don't want to have to talk to police saying that we
Yeah.
convince you to go streaking.
This is not an endorsement.
This is rhetorical.
Yeah, we are joking. If you do it because of us, no, you didn't.
That's on you.
Yeah, that is
That's
on you.
We're not taking credit for that. Credit. Yes, streaking tactics. That's what we'll call that.
There we go.
You got to lube yourself up. Got to make yourself slippery. Run in zigzags. Make sure you're quick. I would run on the treadmill, frankly, for training. You think they train for
The
that?
combine. The people, I'm telling you, it was probably just like some high school athletes that a few years later, they're like, oh, I still got it in me. I don't know if there's much training. I think it's mostly drunk impulse. You know what I mean? They're just like, eh. Well, the gender
there.
reveal was,
Right there.
that was planned, but yeah.
How do you think his wife feels? I think she's probably pretty pissed.
You think she knew about it?
I don't think so.
He probably said, let me
I'm
get on
guessing he did
TV
it.
and yeah.
I don't think a wife's gonna go say, okay, honey, have fun, go streaking and show
Right.
what our gender of our child is.
Some people are crazy, man. I don't know. I doubt it was. I doubt she knew about it. So yeah, it's tough.
Crazy.
And tackled
Like
by
from
Bobby Wagner.
old school when he gets the tranquilizer dart, he's like, you crazy.
Yeah, you crazy. Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the final topic. And that's Rocky, the Golden Nuggets mascot. Do you know how much he makes?
How much?
Insane. $625,000 a year. He's the highest paid mascot in all of sports. I saw this report out. Most of them make like $65,000. He makes $625,000. Works. Corey Sparks, we should have went into the mascot game.
It's not too late. You gotta be athletic. You gotta be a certain height, and what do you gotta do? Get the morale up.
And gymnast,
Probably be a gymnast who can move in some pretty hefty equipment.
Yep. Some good.
$625K.
Yep, he's the highest paid mascot. I looked it up.
I wonder how that works. Like, do they bring in a lot of, maybe they send out polls and they're like, why do you go to games? And they're like, well, Rocky's pretty fun. And they're like, well, Rocky's getting a raise. Like,
Yeah, let's not watch Jokic. Let's watch the
let's not-
Rocky the mascot on
yeah,
the
we don't care
sideline.
about Jamal Murray or Jokic or Michael Porter Jr. Basketball season's coming up. We'll have to talk about that soon. But yeah,
Oh, that's gonna cut. Hockey
625.
season's starting
Hockey
up too,
season
but
too.
$625,000 a year
That's crazy.
annual salary.
That's crazy.
He goes to some corporate events. Most days, I think he's off,
Jeez.
and he's not even that cool of a mascot. He's like a coyote.
He is a coyote, man. I don't know. That's a lot of money. I'm sure there's thought behind it, right? I'm sure he brings in a lot of fans. Dang.
I'm just wondering who's under the suit.
That's something we'll never know. Ever. I mean, they'll retire and
Maybe
another
it's
person
like
will step in.
OJ. Maybe it's like OJ.
I don't know if it's OJ making that money under a mascot suit. That'd be pretty funny.
It would be pretty funny. But yeah, I saw that on ESPN, and I went, why did I go to school when I could have just went to clown school, and maybe learn how to dance? Maybe I gotta probably learn how to dance.
Yeah, you probably gotta have dancing or gymnastics degree, like not degree.
But
Well,
doesn't he do the dunk things too at halftime, like with the dunker?
there's some stunts involved. Like, I mean, you can get hurt. What was it? Didn't we just cover this? The Ravens mascot, Mo.
Yep, yeah. We should do a depth chart of mascots for the week.
There we go. Or like power rankings or something. That'd be kind of funny.
Oh, power rankings.
Let's do top 5 power rankings. We'll do our research, folks. We can do that next time.
Yep, that'll be a segment for next time.
And we can go every once in a
But it's got to be
while.
across all leagues. You just got to explain who they are.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Like you could say like Benny the Bull.
Yeah. Oh, easily. Number 1.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, and then
Honestly,
if someone does something significant, they earn their way up in the top 5, or if they
The power rankings for the week.
yeah,
If we have them move up and down.
mascot power rankings. There we go.
Oh, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. New segment coming up.
Yep.
And we'll have to see how that one works out. Actually, you know who has the best mascots though? It's like the minor league baseball teams. Minor
Dude,
league teams.
those are crazy. They just go all out. They're trying to bring fans in. I mean,
Sky carp.
the sky carp, Lloyd
What
sky
is a
carp.
sky carp?
It's a fishy.
The
The kingfish.
There's no such kingfish. Yep,
Yep.
that's you. You got the timber rattlers,
Yep.
the mallards, the couple other more original ones.
The
but
woodchucks up by you, kind of. Wausau.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
the chucks,
The chucks.
the chucks. But mascots are a great thing.
Yeah, they are.
Really add a lot to the game. Let's go to QB roulette,
Let's do it.
ladies and gentlemen. Night in Vegas. Cory Sparks, Johnny Samp. Let's give the wheel a spin.
Here we go. 28 left. We've already used 4. Watch the past episodes if you want to see which 4. Okay. Mac Jones.
Oh, Mac Jones. Mac
Mac and
Jones.
cheese.
Out-
Mac and cheese.
Cougar Hunter. You want to start, or do you want me to start?
I'll start. So goods, bads, but player. We're gonna give him a grade, and then what should our expectation be for them for the season? I'm down on Mac. Like, I think he's actually, his stock's going down as a quarterback. He had a rough training camp per multiple Patriots beat writers. Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 5 interceptions so far this year, dealing with injuries. He's not doing very well, but he's in a run-heavy offense, so he doesn't have to do much. I'm going to give Mac Jones a straight C. Like, he is average. I'm actually going to go C-. I'm going to go C- for Mac Jones. Not making the smartest throws, trying to force things in his second year. He's got a decent wide receiver personnel. He's got, Nelson Aguilar, Devontae Parker, a couple good tight ends, and Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith, and then it's just Damian Harris up the middle. I mean, they're not the Badgers of the NFL, but they run the ball a lot. So I would say goods. Mac Jones has a pretty good head on his shoulders. He's not going to get into any trouble. He's a student of the game, and he's working under Bill Belichick. So hopefully he can get through this growth spurt. There were a lot of Brady comparisons this rookie year, and I was like, holy crap, pump the brakes. I mean, seriously, that is a lot of pressure to put on someone. I don't think he makes too many errant throws. Bads, I would say, in general, just there's a rough training camp. I don't know if it was a lack of practice, but when he does make errant throws, it's not so much that he can't read, he just forces it. It's like, hey, I see those 2 guys there, but I think I can get the ball through. Bit of overconfidence, I think, on Mac Jones' end. So goods, he's smart. Bads, he just gets a little greedy. I don't think it's a matter of not being able to recognize coverages like some quarterbacks in the NFL, but I think he just gets a little greedy, and that's why he took a little bit of a step back this year. So C- for me.
Okay. Mac Jones, like you said, smart guy, good head on his shoulders. He's working under Belichick. Belichick, not the biggest offensive guy. Just that whole. They got Patricia back on the offensive coordinator,
Yeah, they invited him back to New England after a little trip to Detroit.
so it'll be a little bit of. I think still some things are working out in that sense because Patricia left for a couple years. Now he's back, trying to refigure out that offense. I don't think they're a set team in the fact that it's hard. It's a hard team to brand. Like you said, it's a running football team, but I don't think Mac. I think Mac Jones is better than just handing the ball off and watching the running back do the work.
Agreed.
I think eventually he will find his way. It may take a little bit. It's going to take some time. There's not a lot of weapons on New England receiver wise, as you mentioned. They got Aguilar, a couple others, and just it's a tough situation right now that you're probably just going to have to stick out a little while longer and see what or just try to find a groove in there and just try to get things going. As you mentioned, bad training camp and that sort of thing, and just didn't look sharp. But Mac Jones for a grade, or actually, I'll talk about the goods of him. I think he will develop into a good pocket passer. We saw him at Alabama. He did play pretty well there, showing up quite a bit in the headlines. But again, that's a stacked team. We'll have to see what happens. Right now, it's just kind of riding the tide, just trying to get over this hump. That's what I'd have to say to Mac Jones. For a grade, I'm going to be right in the ballpark with you in the C. I'm just going to give him flat C.
Okay.
I think there's a lot of upside to him. I think that he's one of those guys that, like, I do see qualities in him, similar to great quarterbacks such as Rodgers and Tom Brady, where they understand the game and are able to read the defense and find ways to open up their offense. But he's just not there right now.
Yeah, I think Jones,
Yep.
he does have a good opportunity this week. He goes up against the Detroit defense. There's a reason that team is 1-3 right now, right? So I think he's got an opportunity this week. He's kind of going through an ankle injury right now. We'll see if he starts or if Hoyer the Destroyer starts or if Bailey Zappi. But either way, yeah, I think he's got some room to grow for sure. So we'll go to numero dos. There's Mac Jones. What are the odds we land on him again? No. Oh, okay.
Oh,
Marcus Mariota. So now we're on the Dirty Birds.
yeah. Marcus Mariota.
He's not having a bad year. Should I start or you?
You can take the start.
Okay, Marcus Mariota. He's got some decent weapons right now. Not much of a defense to back him up. That's kind of what the story has been with the Falcons over the course of the last few years. If you look at him so far, 3 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. He's kind of just that transition QB. He's just going to hold the fort down. They had Desmond Ridder out of Cincinnati, who had that magical season for them last year. Got him into the college football playoff against some juggernauts. Mariota's just doing his job. I mean, he's not going to blow the game for you, but also the Falcons aren't going to win a whole lot this year. Surprisingly, they're 2-2 right now. It's going to be the Drake London show. He's leaned on him nicely. Kyle Pitts, I don't know if it's Mariota or if it's the way that offense is formed right now. I'd have to watch some more tape. Pitts has not been incorporated in that offense a whole lot right now, and for a guy who was a top 5 overall pick a couple years ago, I kind of would like to see a little more of that. Just last year, actually, we was. So, goods of Mariota. I would say he has grown in that he knows when to tuck it and run, but he's also sliding around in the pocket, going through his progressions a little more, as much as you can behind that offensive line in Atlanta, which hasn't been as bad as it was last year. Bads. In general, I think there's a couple of heaves down the field with wide receivers that you just shouldn't be doing that with. Kind of that old meme where, you look at different teams. Oh, Metcalf's down there somewhere. Tyreek's down there somewhere. Cooper Kupp's down there somewhere. You don't have one of those guys in Atlanta to do that with. So I think every once in a while. Yeah, they did. His name was Julio, right? But
And Calvin,
and yeah.
I'd say.
Yeah, and Calvin Ridley, who's going to be gone for a year. But I just think that Mariota's doing some heaves and throwing up some 50-50 balls with guys who aren't ready for that situation yet. So Bads, he just has to figure out the personnel around him. I think he reads just fine, but he's not going to go out and win you a game. So Mariota, I'm going to consider the situation he's in and everything. So I am not calling him better than Mac Jones, everyone, but I'm going to give Mariota a C+ because he's not having a horrible year and he's not surrounded by much talent. So.
All right. Well,
my bad. Expectations. Get a contract somewhere else this year because they're probably going to go with Desmond Ridder pretty soon.
Yeah, an expectation for Mac Jones. I was hoping to see tracking back to make playoff, just make the playoffs, but I don't know if they're going to make it. But back on Marcus Mariota, he's one of those players that hasn't really excited me. I never thought he was going to be anything. Coming out of Oregon, he went straight to Tennessee, and then, I mean, what do we have there? Running, as I mentioned. And he is developing as a quarterback overall. He's looking a little bit better, but he has a terrible team in the Falcons. It'd be nice to see, like you said, getting Kyle Pitts back involved. I think that'd be a huge help to Mariota to bring up some stats. Use him in that offense. I think Calvin Ridley, when he comes back next year, if Mariota stays with that team, that'll help open up that offense a little bit more. They're going to the run game right now. Falcons, Dirty Birds, nothing exciting about them. As I hate to say it, but you just don't expect anything out of. If they end up with a positive record, that would be good. Some ads on Mariota. Goods and bads. I mean, so goods. He's like you said, he's staying in the pocket more. He's playing his progressions, and he's looking downfield and trying to find, receivers that he doesn't have. So that's kind of the problem. But bads about him, I didn't like. Well, I would like to see him use his legs actually a little bit too. He does have good legs. He had good stride back in Oregon, and then he did pretty well with the Titans. Moving around and outside the pocket, so we'll have to see if he can do that again. But bads, I think his accuracy is not quite there. He's doing all right, but I don't think he's quite there. He's still semi-young, I would say, but not super young. But yeah, he's kind of a consequence of the situation he's in. He's just trying to play his best ball. I didn't really have a lot on him. I just don't think he's that exciting. When you hear Marcus Mariota, it was at one time it was like, it's here, but now it's like, well, he's a washed up former, shell of his former self. So that's my grade for him. I'll go C-. I think he could be a better quarterback. Still think there's a lot of fundamental things wrong with him. But that'd be about it.
All right, yeah. So we had Mariota and Mac Jones. Maybe not the premier talent of the league, but we've got all 32 in there right now who are active. So, oh boy, Johnny. Next thing we have this struck a nerve. This struck a huge nerve. We'll go to the fan debate that we have every week.
Oh boy, here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Does pineapple belong on pizza? Okay. Some people
you gotta say it. Does pineapple belong on pizza, ladies and gentlemen?
People got heated. They got heated. We'll put it that way. So we'll start out with some of our newer ones, newer submissions, names we haven't seen before. Brandon Fuller. Good to hear from you, buddy. He said pineapple on pizza 100%. My go-to would be pineapple and pepperoni. I've never tried that. The sweetness from the pineapple complements the saltiness from the pep. Okay.
I don't know if somebody you had COVID real bad or something.
Oh
you
my!
Lost your taste bud.
Lost your
pineapple on a pizza. Come on, Brandon. That's terrible.
You don't like it, Johnny? You don't like pineapple on pizza?
No.
It's good little like
criminal.
Sweetie it's criminal. Oh boy. Thank you for submitting, Brandon.
Go find an Italian grandmother and put pineapple on her pizza. See what happens?
Bad things are gonna happen.
You're gonna get smacked.
Smacked
the old wooden spoon.
Or the pizza. That is pineapple on it because apparently it's not good anymore. All right. Well, thank you, Brandon. Good to hear from you. Alberto Gomez, first time I've seen you here. First time I've heard from you in a while. Really good to see you just participating in the polls. So thank you very much for your support, man. It's about flavor balance. Okay. You got to balance the savory with something sweet, and the acidity adds diversity and balance as well with the cheese for upset tummy. Oh?
What? Is he lactose intolerant?
Oh, okay. Maybe. I don't know. But so it's kind of balancing everything so it's not all cheese. I could see that. It just gives it like that extra little tang.
Don't eat a pizza. Go eat a can of pineapple.
I'm going to sneak some pineapple on your pizza, Johnny.
No, you aren't.
Yeah, I'm going to do it.
I'm going to slap you with the slice.
And then I'm going to put some Miracle Whip. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, God. Miracle Whip. Let's not get on that.
Thank you, Alberto. Appreciate you. All right. Max Bruff, another new one. Appreciate you. Haven't heard from you in a while either, buddy. So thanks for submitting here. Pineapple is meant to be eaten on ice. What? Oh, okay. Not cold, not smothered in hot cheese. I feel like I'm disobeying my Wisconsin heritage by saying that. You are. Put it right with the cheese, Max. I don't know what we're doing here. Slap the pineapple on and try it. I ask you, Max, have you tried it? I ask anyone here, have you tried it? Because I feel like if it tastes bad, that's one thing. But if you're just looking at the situation and going, yeah, that doesn't seem right. Hey, you never know. Don't knock it till you try it. But, okay, I won't say you're disobeying your Wisconsin heritage, but I feel like pineapple can be used in multiple things here.
What, are you going to eat pineapple for breakfast with your cereal or what?
No, it's going to be warm. Have you tried pineapple on ham before? Like the rings? Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. It's warm. So we've extinguished that. I think it's fine.
I usually don't eat the pineapple when it's on the ham. I just
I'll take your pineapple, Johnny. That stuff's delicious. That's beautiful. I love pineapple.
I mean, I like pineapple. I like it better with the cold drink, but not with a hot dish. Come on, pineapple on pizza? It's disgusting.
So only pina coladas for Max, and Johnny seems to agree. Anime, if it tastes good, I'm gonna eat it. People just like to be dramatic. You're dramatic, Johnny.
Oh,
you're just
anime.
Get over it.
You're dramatic.
Get over it.
Nope. You need to get over yourself.
Your pineapple phobia on pizza. Pineapple on pizza phobia. We gotta figure out a better
pineapple
name.
on pizza sucks. Let's
have you tried it?
Yes.
Okay, then you have COVID.
Oh. We'll give you a thing of Malort. We'll see if you
Malort.
have COVID.
No, we're not going there. Thank you, Anime. Appreciate
I would
you.
rather have a shot of Malort than have pineapple on pizza.
Guy on. Pineapples
Those of you that don't know,
grow on pizza.
Malort is. It's made out of Swedish wormwood.
That's disgusting. I don't know what I'm reading right now. Pineapples grow on pizza, so why not?
Pineapple. I'm trying to break it down here. Pineapples grow on. Maybe you're saying pineapples are growing on them. Pineapples do not grow on pizza.
I think Guyon's just messing with us.
Why not? I don't understand where you came up with pineapples growing. They have their own plant.
It's just so ridiculous. I love it.
Go out and look at the world. There's pineapple plants.
Oh, Guyon, what are you talking about, man? They just grow. What kind of pizzas are you growing in your little lab? I don't know.
Jesus.
I don't know about that one. Last but not least, Bennett.
Thank you.
Fruit does not belong on pizza at all. And you might argue that tomatoes are a fruit. They are. But I would argue that the properties of tomatoes change when they are turned into sauce. Oh, so he's already thinking about the rebuttal. He's like, look, I know tomatoes are fruit, but when you turn it into a sauce. All right, Johnny, thoughts?
I agree with that, and I think that's a very well-educated take. Pineapple cannot be turned into a sauce. Maybe it can. I don't know. I definitely do not want to be there to try it. I again rather have it either in chunks or with a drink, but that would be about it.
I was just about to say, man, what if I make some pineapple sauce? Then that changes the property of the pineapple, and then I put it in your pizza instead of tomato sauce. There we go, Bennett.
That would be disgusting.
I've converted
you, Bennett. It would be like
Bennett.
putting applesauce on a pizza.
That doesn't sound okay. No, that sounds pretty bad.
Yeah, see? There. Right
but if
there,
it's solid,
right
but the properties change. Bennett said it. If you keep it solid, it's okay. Okay, I'm twisting Bennett's words. But thank you, Bennett.
Yeah, no, he's talking about tomatoes.
Yeah, he is talking about tomatoes. I gotta stop twisting everybody's words. That was our fan segment. That was funny. Guyon cracked me up there. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what he meant. I think he was just messing with us, but maybe pineapples grow on pizza somewhere, and we're just yet to discover it.
Oh, we could share some of our grinds, our gears for the week.
Yeah, let's do some grinds our gears. So, okay. We've got Trent or Tino's Time on YouTube. Huge shout out to you if you guys love live stream content, which we're going to be doing pretty soon. He covers WWE, lots of football. He'll live stream every week, so he's doing a week 5 live stream at like 11:55. So check him out on YouTube. Chicago sports grinds. Tino's gears. I agree, Tino. I do. Chicago sports bring me a lot of pain. I mean, we had our thing with the Cubs, which Johnny's a Cubs fan. That's one thing we will not butt heads over.
Yep,
2016 was beautiful, but the Bears are something to watch.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Blackhawks are kind of rebuilding, but we had our years with them as well. And then the Bulls, they fizzled out. They did do well at the beginning.
Remember the bet we had last year? Remember that one?
What were they supposed to be?
What
Was
in
the
the
threshold?
top 5
They were top. Oh, they were 6.
or in the top 3 or something? You said they were going to win
I think they were top. I think it's the top 4. Either way, top 3 or top 4, they weren't. I said they might get to the Eastern Conference Championship, but then they, faced the Eastern Conference Finals, and they faced the Bucks in the first round.
smacked.
Stole one game though. Yeah, Tino, I agree. This is a stressful scenario we have going on here. Yeah, it really is. I don't really know what to say beyond that. Technically, Chicago, I'm trying to think. Have any Wisconsin teams? Packers have it since 2010. The Brewers, that doesn't exist because they were they were the Milwaukee Braves. I think
The Bucks.
Other than the Bucks. I'm just kidding. Yes.
What we got?
Good job. No, I'm just kidding. Yes, there's the Bucks. So, yeah, I agree with you, Tino. We've got our 2016 champion. Oh, Tino's a Sox fan.
Oh,
It's like
Southsider.
I guess the Blackhawks for Tino. Otherwise, you'd have to go all the way back to 2005 for your Sox. But I was just messing with you, Johnny. I was like, let's see if he brings up our little Bucks championship from 2. No, that was a very, very interesting year, but they did phenomenal. And Giannis is a beast. I'm not ignorant. I'm not going to deny that. So Chicago sports are very stressful. Hey, we were just talking about this one. Zach Harridges. I apologize if I'm not pronouncing your last name right. I think I got it. People who get drunk and streak on the field.
That bothers them. That's some of the most enjoyable time in sports.
It's funny because you hear some announcers get really mad. I can't name any off the top of my head, but ones go on there, and I was watching a mad announcer compilation last night on YouTube because things you do at 1 a.m., right? And one was just going, this is embarrassment to the game. They should not be ever allowed here again, and they weren't. I mean, it's a lifetime
get
ban.
off your high horse and enjoy what's happening.
So Zach doesn't like the streaking. I don't know. I think it's kind of funny if it's not, it's 5 or 6 seconds and then it's over. But if you don't, what if they're sober and they streak on the field? No, I'm just kidding. But some people are,
If you're sober and streak on the field, you got to find somebody to talk to.
So you got to be drunk to do it. Okay. All right. Thank you for your submission, Zach. I think we like it, but if it's not for you, it's not for you. So we still appreciate you commenting for the pod. Jenna,
look at this one.
This is my cousin-in-law.
Fan.
Yeah, how Bear fans don't even care about how they perform. They're more interested in if the Packers lose. I will tell you, Johnny, my Super Bowl is Aaron Rodgers losing in the playoffs.
I know it is.
What else do I look forward to?
A lot of fans in the NFC North Super Bowl.
Like, here are my last 2 playoff experiences. It's the double doink, and before that, it's losing to the Packers in the NFC Championship before seeing them raise the Lombardi against the Steelers. I don't watch the playoffs to see my team win because they're not there. So, yeah, I got to watch the Packers lose.
A Cowboys fan?
Yeah. A Cowboys fan's agreeing with you. Right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Cowboys fans like when we lose just as much as anybody else.
Yeah, I don't know. Jenna's dating my cousin Derek, and he's a Packer fan, so that's got to be an interesting household. Cowboys and Packers.
Oh, Derek.
Well, Derek.
Wow. I'll keep it nice.
Thank you, Jenna. Love you. Appreciate that very much. Who's this?
Yes.
Who's this nice fella?
Oh, that's me.
Pringles cans. Are you talking about the last chip? Is that your issue? Okay. All right.
You can't reach it. You try to do the little claw and try to get it.
Just flip that thing over, Johnny.
Yeah, but then you get all the crumbs.
Exactly. Oh, all over? Yeah. The crumbs are some of the best part.
It's a balance game with it.
Salt
You
crumbs.
sit there and try to balance it. And I posted a lot. Hopefully, we got some of them.
Yeah, we got that one for sure. I'm gonna put others of yours in the future because they were pretty funny. I want to spread them out. I want to spread the wealth. You had some funny ones.
Yeah, Pringles cans though.
Uh,
Pringles, why can't you just put them in a bag like everybody else?
I feel like with the shape, they're scared they're gonna get destroyed. So they're like, yeah, we need this nice durable can that is impossible to reach out of after you get to a certain point, unless you have the skinniest forearms on the earth.
Unless you have hands like Kawhi Leonard.
The claw, right? Yeah,
Yeah, just like
the claw. All right, the drunk guy from Emma Getz. Thank you for
I
commenting.
feel like this is a personal attack.
Right? The drunk guy standing up in the front row the entire game, and it forced everyone behind him to stand. Is this you, Johnny?
No, but
do you
if
do this?
if I'm at a Packer game and I'm drunk and standing, get in shape, stand up. Do not sit on the bleacher seats. Nobody wants to sit on those. It's time to stand up and party. Do the wave. Get the people going.
If the drunk
Most
guy's
time-
7 feet in front of you and you can't see, I think I kind of get it. I'd be like, all right, man, sit down. But
Oh yeah, the 7-footer who can sit when he's sitting can see over the top of the people in front of him. You know, like guys like me, you know, I get hammered at the game. You don't even know I'm there at some points. I'm just like, you spin my head right round when you go down.
Johnny is only 6'5", for those of you who are wondering.
Just flashing lights and lots of loud sounds. And then I hear, and then I immediately go, Pack, go.
Yeah,
out
Johnny
of
gives you the whole
instinct.
experience.
Oh, you go to a Packer game with me, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe we do a like a vlog with that. Go to a Packer
Oh.
game with Jonny and Cory and bring a fan,
Bring a
and
fan.
then Cory will have to drive me home.
Oh yeah, I might have to drink too to forget whatever I'm watching. But thank you, Emma. Chandler, the annoying concession guy.
This one I don't understand.
That
Chandler,
walks around at
come
the
on.
most important part of the game yelling water, soda, and peanuts. I love water, soda, and peanuts, Chandler.
But what about the beer guy? Huh?
Yeah, beer
There's
here.
nothing worse than getting out of your seat and going to wait in line in a concession stand. Those guys are saviors. They go, get your beer here, and then you go, yep, right here, give me one.
And they throw it to you. I mean, Chandler, most important point of the game, I guess I could see that. Like, think about this, Johnny. It's 27-27, Packers and Vikings. Winner gets a bid into the wild card because the Lions won the whole thing by some odd margin. They won the NFC
What
North.
kind of utopia are we in?
I don't know. I'm making it up. And there's 3 seconds left, and Rodgers is on the, I don't know, the 45-yard line, and he needs to basically just chuck one up because you can't kick a field goal because Crosby's overrated now and not good anymore, past his prime. Okay, I'll stop. And then all of a sudden, a guy in front of you just yells, water, soda, peanut. I'd be like, all right, get out of the way, dude. Like, I'm trying to focus on this part of the game. But Chandler, the other 2 hours and 59 minutes of the game, I don't know, man.
What are you doing?
I want my water, my soda, my peanuts, my hot dog.
TV timeout. They have TV timeouts. It's
Yeah.
perfect time for the guy to walk up and go, get your beer here. And,
Right.
And you go, yeah. And then you hand him the $5. Well, at Lambeau, it's like $12. And
Yeah.
it's like, holy crap. Now I'm not. But now since we all went, it doesn't really happen anymore in the NFL because it's been cashless.
Yeah, it has been cashless for the most part. You can pay Bitcoin for some of your seats now, so maybe you'll throw some Bitcoin over at your
But if
your
I
hot
was
dog guy.
Chandler, I'd be like, thank you, sir. Good day. Here we go. Cheerio.
Yeah.
Cheers. Rodgers. Pass. Throw. Touchdown. And then I'd be like,
Chandler, you don't want to get up to get your. We're gonna have to talk about this, man. I mean, I respect every comment here, but I feel like it's convenient, you know. If there's a guy in the most important part of the game doing it, I get
the
it.
hot dog guys at baseball games are saviors.
Oh my gosh, and hot dogs are usually cheap for the most part. You can get
and they're
get your
usually
$2
nice
hot
and
dogs or
hot.
something. Yeah.
You know, even when though they've been sitting in that, heater for
Yeah, the boiling water.
the boiling water for however
Good
many hours.
glizzy.
Oh, it smacks.
Just smacks. Well,
Like
we
the
already.
Family Guy.
Yeah, Family. Oh God.
When he gets beer and then he's like, I'll have another one. I'll have another one before they can even pay. And then he's like walking up the stairs. Now the most exciting part of the game will happen right here. And then
Yep.
fans start cheering when he turns his back. But yeah, come on, Chandler.
Come on, Chandler. That's all right.
That's the moral of the story.
It's okay. Hey, If you don't like it during the most important part of the game, I get it. But usually they're pretty good about doing it during, like you said, Johnny, TV timeouts and such. Yeah.
Indeed they are. Well, that'll just about wrap up this episode of Across Enemy Lines for week 5 of the NFL and so much more. Once again, you got to celebrate Bear Week, ladies and gentlemen. Go check it out at Bear Week. It's a great event that goes on in Alaska somewhere. At the Katmai National Park.
Somewhere up in Alaska.
And you can vote on bears to see which one got fatter for the week. And they can win week in, week out. But again, another fun show. Cory, I think we had a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully you guys did too, listening in. But we'll wrap things up here. So we also want to make sure you like and subscribe. Be sure to check out our channel. We got lots of content coming up. And always so much more of Cory and I roasting each other
every week
in good fun. So signing off for this week 5 episode. For Cory Sparks, I'm Johnny Samp. Have a good night, everybody.
At what life is like when we turn out far. Not understand. It's in the palm of my hands. When will we realize that we'll turn out far?